So tiermaker.com. And somebody actually made a version that has like every single version of every single Three Houses character. My apologies, Evie, I'll be back when I can. I gotta charge my phone. Okay, no worries. I'm just gonna do the tier list. Maybe I'll do the engage one depending on how long it takes. I've been going for only about an hour now. So if the stream ends, I love you, I didn't leave you on purpose. Am I like the most annoying human being you've ever met? I hope I am. I medically require being the most annoying person you've ever met. Not even close. Damn. Okay, I gotta work harder then. I think you're pretty cool. Thank you. I think I'm pretty cool too. I just think I'm annoying as well. I should've put this together before I started. I do this every time, where I'm like, nah, it's good. Welcome to the Fire Emblem Three Houses Omegaverse tier list. So, just like with the Fates one, we have Dominant Alpha, Submissive Alpha, Dominant Beta, Submissive Beta, Dominant Omega, Submissive Omega, and then how do you do fellow betas? That's for the characters who I think would be outside of the Omegaverse in general. That'll be like your Nabateans in this case. I headcanon them as being outside of the Omegaverse continuum. I'm gonna go put my controller over here so I'm not like accidentally clicking buttons while we do this. So basically, if you're familiar with Omegaverse, you know what this means. If you're not familiar with Omegaverse, I'm questioning why you even clicked on this. What does being outside mean? It just means that you don't qualify as like an alpha, beta, omega, whatever. I should probably update the stream so people don't think that we're still playing Fire Emblem Conquest at the moment. So yeah, being outside would just mean that you're not an alpha, beta, or omega. Because, like, okay, maybe this is just me, but the way I do it in my head is I think of betas as being, like, still part of it. You know, like, they still have, like, the Omegaverse biological concerns. Whereas, like, if you're outside of it, you don't interact with this at all. It'd be like being a human in the real world. Do I have the chat box visible as well? I think I do. Okay. So anyways, oh god, we have a lot of characters, obviously. This version of the tier list has not only every character, but every, like, variation of the characters that's, like, ever appeared between Houses and Hopes. So that's fun. I'm probably gonna skip out on, like, the Abyss Keeper and Gatekeepers of the world, just because I don't really care. Do I want to skip out on, like, the Acherons, too? I mean, I could see, okay, Acheron, like, submissive beta as hell, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, the alpha, beta, omega thing. If you don't know what that is, Google is your friend. The dominant and submissive is less to do with, like, it's more to do with, like, the personality, like, the vibe they give off, you know what I mean? Not so much with, like, oh, would they just be like, ooh, sad, please protect, whatever your name is, Alfric, submissive beta. Aloise, submissive beta, I think. I did like a text version of this not that long ago, and I'm like gonna be really embarrassed if things are different than what I said before. I could see Anna being like a dominant beta. I'm not gonna put every single variation of them onto the tier list, by the way. I'm just gonna grab one. Annette, oh, dominant alpha vibes for Annette, absolutely. Who are we kidding? Tallies, I guess this depends on, like, is he, Is he a Garthend or not? Like, did he get skin snatched yet, or am I basing this on what I think he would have been before he got skin snatched? Because if it's like before he got skin snatched, sub-alpha. Or, I guess he's not Tal, he's here, he's whatever his fucking name is. Arundel. Arvel is how do you do, fellow betas? Ash gives me big submissive Omega vibes. Balthus gives me big submissive alpha vibes. I'm not sure who you are, sir, but you're going at the bottom. Bernadetta, submissive Omega vibes. I'm not ranking generic with a name. Byleth, how do you do, fellow betas as well? All of the Nabateans and Agarthans are gonna be in the how do you do, fellow betas category, just establishing that right now. Who are we on now? Casper. Casper gives me probably sub-alpha vibes, yeah. Catherine, Dom alpha vibes. Catherine? Sorry, okay, I say Catherine like that because I had a friend in college who was named Catherine. She didn't go by Catherine, but as a joke, whenever I was like cross with her, I'd be like, Catherine. Okay, Claude, I can see sub-alpha. Constance. Ooh. I could see Dom Omega, I could see sub-alpha. I'll go sub-alpha, but I don't remember. I'm not classifying the other versions either. How do you do? Cyril seems like a Dom beta type. Okay, Dedu I'm actually gonna put on here twice because I have varying headcanons for Dedu, right? Because sometimes I like him as more of a sub-alpha, sometimes I like him more as a sub-beta, but like, you know, the sub mostly because he seems like he would be like a very like service top kind of guy, you know. He doesn't really give me that domineering energy, he gives me that like soft teddy bear kind of energy. Dimitri is gonna be Dom Omega, but like with the caveat that not always Dom, if you know what I'm saying. Dorothea, Dom Omega. Edelgard, Dom Alpha. Okay, that ties in partially. I have like a whole headcanon set with like 3 houses and Omegaverse, right? Where, you know, there's 3 nations, there's 3 dynamics. So the idea is that Adrestia is very like focused on the alphas, Fargus is like chill with the Omegas, and like Lester is like more of like a beta kind of thing, right? Because I think like Adrestia has like that like really hardcore like focus on like, you know, like the tradition and like going back to like the way things used to be and yada yada yada, which just makes me think like alpha vibes, right? And Fargus I kind of like have more with the Omegas because I think like in Fargus, because like they live in such a harsh environment, I can't see them just like having kids and being like, oh yeah, no, you don't do anything. Like they can't afford to be having 5 million kids, right? So I think that, you know, it'd be kind of like you work no matter what, and so they have like a greater acceptance of Omegas. And then for Lester, just like betas because they're very like commerce based, and betas don't have to fuck with all of the Omegaverse biology crap. So a lot of my blue lions are gonna be Omegas, and a lot of my what's the word about it? A lot of my black eagles are gonna be alphas just because of that. And I like the idea of like I like the tiny alpha, like the tiny dominant alpha vibe. I fuck with that. Okay. Let's see here. Daddy Glosker. Glosker. He honestly sub-beta vibes. Like, he tries. Felix, Dom, Omega vibes. Ferdy, sub Omega vibes, like not even gonna lie. I'm not dealing with the Flame Emperor. And I just realized because there's so many characters on this and I'm not using like 90% of them because they're just different variations of the same character, we are going to rapidly lose, like have to start scrolling down every single time. So I'm just gonna quietly move them to the back end and fill some space with my talking, my beautiful voice. Hello, how is everybody doing today? I'm doing good. It's Friday. We're gonna be playing Killer Frequency tomorrow for Halloween, so I'm really excited about that. I have to make sure it actually works though. I downloaded it. I have it all downloaded. I'm hoping we can get through it in one sitting because I don't have another weekend in October to finish any kind of Halloween-y thing, so Halloween might be going into November, but you know what? Worth it. Because Halloween is the objectively best holiday. It's always my favorite as a kid. Free candy, you know. Okay. Flane is also in How Do You Do Fellow Betas. Fletch, I could see her in like an Omega vibe. Maybe like sub-Omega. Not dealing with Gatekeeper or Abyss Keeper or whoever else is going on. Gilbert is sub-beta as hell. So honestly, so is Varley. Gwendol is... I could see sub-alpha for him. Maybe Dom beta. Dom beta. I don't have enough Dom betas. Hanneman, sub-alpha. Happy... Ooh, actually that's interesting. I'm gonna put Happy into How Do You Do Fellow Betas because of the connection, like the Agarthan experimentation, possibly. I guess Edelgard could go there too, now that I think about it. If I'm doing it like that, okay. So like the I think like after they've been experimented on, maybe they go into like at least some degree of How Do You Do Fellow Betas, but I could see Happy being a Dom Omega otherwise. Hilda, I don't want to use the Academy one. Hilda, Dom Alpha. Something about like cute girls with axes just screams Dom Alpha to me. I don't know what it is. Happy Omega? Yeah, why not? Honestly, with Happy and Constance, I could switch them too. I could see them going into either one. Holst kind of feels like a Dom Beta. Hubert, Dom Alpha. Ignatz, my boy, is definitely a sub Omega. Wait, why do I always grab Ignatz's Academy version whenever I do these things? I did it with the Bang ability polls. I was doing like the results and I accidentally used his Academy one just because I had grabbed it by accident and I wasn't paying attention and everyone was like, why is he the only one in Academy? And I was like, because I'm an idiot. It's fine. Ingrid, another Dom Omega for me. And I kind of want to like organize these by house. Like, not even gonna lie. Okay. Like, Church at the end, maybe. Yeah, okay, whatever. Screw it. Ionius, sub-alpha. Yuritsa... He's gonna be some degree of alpha, I think. I'm just not sure what degree of alpha. Oh, I didn't even do Geralt. Geralt is probably Dom Alpha, but like he could also maybe fit into How Do You Do Fellow Betas? Depending on how much like dragon juice Rhea gave him or whatever the fuck. He enjoys pain. I mean, he could be like a masochistic alpha, you never know. Or sadistic, sadomasochist alpha. Sub-alpha. Let's see here. Judith, my love, Dom Alpha. No questions asked. Costas, sub-beta. Kronia is gonna go into How Do You Do. I could see Ladislava also being a sub beta. Lambert, Dom Omega, obviously. Put all the blondes in the front. You're like Hopes, I think. Leonie, I'm thinking Dom beta. Justice Box head, yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Leopold von Berglies. I don't know why, but like the Adrestian dads just give me like beta vibes. A lot of the dads give me beta vibes. I could see him being like a maybe okay. Do I really want to give him the honor of Dom Alpha? I think he's a sub Alpha. Linhard sub Omega. Lenato betas heck. Lorenz, I actually see Lorenz like kind of like sub alpha. And it's not just because I ship him with Ferdy. Okay, we'll put Daddy, whatever his name is. Eyre. Daddy Von Eyre. Over there. I think Lysithea could also classify twice for the same reasons. It's such a disappointment how the Hope's portraits are just edits of the House's portraits, right? Like, it's not just me. But Lysithea, otherwise, I actually don't know. Maybe Dom Beta. I don't really think about Lysithea that much. Manuela can also be a Dom Omega. Marianne can be a sub Omega. Matthias. Ooh. He gives me beta vibes, but he also gives me alpha vibes, you know what I'm saying? Oops. I'll give him sub alpha. Mercedes. Dom Omega. Of course you put Marianne there. Yeah, she's an Uwu sad girl. Uwu sad girls are like basically all like automatically submissive Omega. We got Ash the Uwu sad girl, Bernadetta the Uwu sad girl, Ferdy the Uwu sad girl, I don't really care about Fletch, Ignatz the Uwu sad girl, and Linhard the Uwu sad girl. The phrase Uwu has ceased to have meaning now. Matoidi, I don't know. Beta vibes. Miklon, also beta vibes, not even gonna lie. Monica. Assuming this is like non-body snatched Monica, also beta vibes. You're an Agarthan, I think, so how do you do, fellow Agarthans? I'm gonna put you also in Dominant Alpha. You are probably so zombified you qualify as how do you do, fellow betas, but when you were alive, you were probably a Dom Alpha nemesis. Pilardo barely exists to me, I don't even care. Let's see here. Petra, honestly, like, kinda Dom Omega vibes. Randolph is sub-beta. Why do I put, like, everybody who, like, is, like, Edelgard's second in command into, like, sub-beta? Lysithea is definitely a Dom, Evie, because she wants to be quick, because unfortunately she's dying and you gotta get going in her mind, yeah. Who's Randolph? He's, like, he dies in, like, every variation. He's like one of Edelgard's commanders, but he's not actually that important to the story, except in Azure Moon where Dimitri kills him, and then his little sister over here tries to kill Dimitri, but kills Rodrigue instead. That's who he is. He's very unmemorable, but whatever. Some people really like him, I guess. Raphael, I think sub-beta as well. Rhea, how do you do? Rodrigue, sub-alpha. I need my Omega King with all of his, like, sub-alpha retainers, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll put... Why am I blanking on Dimitri's uncle's name? Rufus. I'll put Rufus in sub-alpha as well. Sedith is another how do you do. Shahid. I would put Shahid in Dom beta vibes because I think he has insecurities about Claude being an alpha. I remember that scene. Why didn't Violet just use her OP time powers? Because don't ask questions. Shamir, Dom alpha. Shez, how do you do, fellow betas? Wait, did they only have female Byleth on here, or did I only put female Byleth on here? I'll put male Byleth on here too if I'm gonna put both Shez's. Gotta put the Shez's next to the Byleths for the Shezleth. Solon, how do you do? Sothis, how do you do? Put you up here with the fam. Sylvain is a little bit tricky. I feel like he gives sub-alpha vibes, but he also gives Dom alpha vibes, but he does give me alpha vibes. So maybe he goes... My brother hates Sylvain. Honestly, like, I also hate Sylvain. I love Sylvain, but I hate Sylvain. I'm gonna put him in both, depending. I think he can vary like Deju can vary. I'd go either way on him. Ali's Tomas, assuming before he got body snatched, seems sub-beta. Why do you love him? Because he's an asshole and I want to punch him in the face. Obviously. Daddy Von Hevering can be a sub-alpha as well. I like his stats, yeah. He has nice, big stat growths. Yuri, Dom Omega. Do I want to put the dragon versions, I guess? You're all also in how do you do, fellow betas? Oh, did we hit the end? Was that all of them? Oh my god, that went way faster than I thought it would. Okay, well, I guess that's all of them. Now I guess I'll gently organize them by house, kind of. I mean, I guess we could go with, like, who do we think is, like, more dominant than everybody else, right? Because, I mean, I feel like, you know, I feel like I'd probably put Sylvain at, like, the bottom of the Dom alpha tier, but the top of the sub-alpha tier. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Yeah, we got sub-alpha Casper. I think I'd actually put him toward the end. And then... Do I actually care about this enough to order them, though? I don't know if I do. Okay, yeah, no, this will be fine. Just maybe put Deju over here so that he and Dimitri are on top of each other. Okay, yeah, so that, I think I'm happy with this. So we got our again, Dom Alpha dominated by the ladies, though I think less so than the Fates one. Sub Alpha, a lot of men. Maybe I just see men as submissive and breedable. Like, I don't know what it is. Dom Betas, Sub Betas, Dom Omegas, Sub Omegas. How do you do, fellow Betas? Okay, that didn't take too long, so maybe we'll do Engage too.